Hey guys, thank you for watching Aim for Survival. Today I want to give you a few tricks on making feather sticks. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, so it's a bad situation. You're caught out, you have no tinder, maybe you have your knife and your ferro rod. Okay, good for you guys. Now you need to start fire. Everything's wet. What you need to do is find either a fallen tree or take a branch off of one. Now we've all seen batoning, so real quick I'm going to process this down so we can get to the point. There are several tips and tricks though that will help you in your feather stick creation and therefore your fire making skills. Let's go ahead and baton this down just a little bit. Those of you who are liable to ask, I am using the Condor Swamp Romper for this demonstration. I honestly think these size pieces are just a little too large. So we're going to take it down just a little bit further. Okay guys, so you have your small sliver. First step is to put a flat spot on here. No big deal. Next, come down the sides, catching that angle. Done effectively, you're only creating 3 angles and you know where to find them. What we're getting are very small curls. Some have already fallen off. But again, I'm doing this up and away from myself, keeping the blade stationary, trying to move the material more than the blade. However, you can switch back and forth. The point of using the thin piece is, first you start with a triangle, and when you take the top off, you have created 2 flat spots that you can catch. Once you take these off, you're back to a triangle shape. Instead of chasing that edge all the way around the circle, anybody that's feather sticked enough knows that eventually the thing will become round. This will help prevent that. My second tip will be to always feather over a surface. Lay your topper on the ground if you need to, feather on top of that. If you have to, set the tip down. You can get a good macro feather as a stopping point and then come back with the finer micro feathers. All are important in fire making. You can, of course, lock your wrist and blade and draw the material. A lot of times this works very well for some people. If you have a steady hand and a light touch, you can pinch up on your blade. All these are very useful. Again, this being narrow makes a very pronounced, easy to find angle. So when we work around this, it is not rounding out, but triangling. Alternating back and forth we can really work one side of this. When we get done, flip it over, work the other side. Again, we do want to create an angle every time we create a small curl. That way when we come back around, we have something to bite onto. Coming back further on the material and using a really light touch, we get those super fine curls. Some of them are popping off, but that's okay. As we have a surface underneath us, some of these are really, really fine. I'm sure are hard to see. They all add up in the end. And again, we are making a triangle over and over and sharpening that triangle when needed, then catching that edge. Another technique that is beneficial is what I call speed curling. Popping the tip off of here. Again, it is very narrow, with a knot right here that will play into it. However, we will lock the stick against our surface, create our triangle angle, and real quickly coming through. Again, flipping it over. We have a nice little curl there. I like this tool also in fire making because it can feather. The small head allows you to hold it like an ulu or hand axe. We have small, super fine curls that you're going to need to strike with a ferro rod. Let's go ahead and take this to the stump so that we can catch them all. Thank you again for watching A for Survival. If you haven't already, smash the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. As always, when you're A for Survival, don't miss.